Good morning and welcome to Friday Circle Time. Welcome. All right, parents, you want to follow along again, or anyone at home, you can refer to your daily schedules, and you can follow and see what we'll be covering during our lesson for today. Also, you can refer to your lesson plan. We're on lesson number 4 for the month of June. We are continuing our summer camp activities, so if you follow along on the column here, you'll see the day of the week. We are on Friday, and you'll see across what we'll be doing today here. All right, we'll start with our Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone can please stand. And place your right hands over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You may be seated.
Alright, so let's start with our good morning song. It's to welcome everyone. Good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? How are you this morning? I am fine, I hope you are too. I am fine, I hope you are too. I am fine, I hope you are too. How are you this morning? Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, y usted. All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Good morning. Now we will go and do our calendar for today. Let's see what today's date is. We are in June 19th, 2020. All right. Yesterday was Thursday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Oh, what a happy day. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Oh, what a happy day. Friday. Friday. Today is Friday. Yay. Yesterday was Thursday. Today is Friday. Tomorrow will be Saturday. All right. Our letter for today is U. U is for umbrella and umpire. Umpire. All right. So our rhyme for today is king and ring. King and ring. And our color for today is black. And our shape for today is square. Can you say square? Good job. All right, now let's look at our weather wheel outside. What is our weather, everyone? Take a look out the window or out your front doors and windows at home. What is the weather? It is, it's a little cloudy again. Yeah. So the sun is behind the clouds, so it's creating a shade outside. Okay. So it's a little chilly this morning. So if you go out had 5 gumballs.
How many
Today
people
we
do you have?
have 6 gumballs. Wow, 6. All right, can you count with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 delicious gumballs. All right. Now let's move on to our days of the week. Let's get our snapping fingers ready. How many days of the week? 7. Very good. Ready? Days of the week. 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 Good job. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. Then there's Saturday. One more. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. Then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 All right. And how many months of the year do we have? 12. All right. Good job. Now let's sing our song. Ready? January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Good job. All right, let's name our shapes. Are we ready? Oval, triangle, circle, rhombus, square, rectangle, hexagon, and octagon. Very good. All right. Now, let's do our alphabet. 1, 2, 3. A, apple. B, ball. C, cupcake. D, duck. E, elephant. F, flag. G, guitar. H, hat. I, iguana. J, jacket. K, kite. L, leaf. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Very good. All right. Now let's count 10 to 1 backwards. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! All right. Now can you name those colors with me? Ready? We'll start with brown, brown, green, red, orange, black, teal, pink, yellow, white, purple, blue, and gray. Very good, very good. All right. And how many continents do we have? 7. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, and Europe. Finally, Australia. Good job. All right, everyone, let's do our jumping. Everyone stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go. Stand up. Show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Jump, show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Jumping all day long, cha cha cha. Show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Show me your jumping, everyone, everyone. Jumping all day long, cha cha cha. All right, have a seat, have a seat. Okay, good jumping. We're gonna do our reading. I know. Let's sit crisscross applesauce, hands in our lap, my friend. Okay. So yesterday we read the carrot seed. So we're going to read up, up. It's apple picking time again. So let's put our listening ears on so we can hear it again, okay? And I will show everyone the pictures. Up, up, it's apple picking time. The author is Jody Shapiro, and it's illustrated by Kitty Harville. Are you ready? Or do you need some time? Okay. Up, up, up. It's apple picking time. Mama's voice tickles my ear and whispers me awake. On with my shirt, sweater, pants, warm socks, and shoes not tied. Outside, it feels as if we're the only ones awake in the whole world. Dad says it's a long drive from here. Oh, they are sleepy. It is so early, the sun is barely coming up. Yeah.
The sun is barely coming up?
Yeah, everyone's still sleepy. Amber uses my shoulder for her pillow, but I don't mind. She's keeping me warm while we're driving to the Apple Ranch. 2 picnics later, one for breakfast and one for lunch, we're finally off the highway and onto the twisty, bumping, narrow bridge, Apple Tree Line Road. Oh, we're almost there.
Why is the bridge so bumpy?
Just going into the apple orchard. See crisscross applesauce? Thank you. There they are, Granny and Grandpa standing at the gate, calling, "Hooray! We're so glad you're finally here." We could hardly wait. Neither could we say. Then everyone is off to the orchard. It's apple picking time. Apple smell is in the air. Apple perfume everywhere. There are so many trees and it looks like a million apples. Red, green, yellow, and pink. I don't know where to start, I tell Grandpa.
I didn't know apples are pink. Make the apples pink.
Right here, there's the pink apples right here.
No, that's like pink. I want to look at pink apple.
He pulls a yellow apple off of a tree, puts it up to his nose, and breathes in like Mama does with a flower. It's perfect. It's a perfect apple aroma, says Grandpa, and we lean in close and smell it too. From his pocket, he takes out his red-handled knife and he cuts a slice out of the apple. Have a taste, he says.
Careful with the knife. Knife how you shoot that. No.
The apple is cool and crunchy and sweet. Everyone has a slice, and we all stand together in the afternoon sunshine, wishing we could have more. But it's apple picking time. Begin with these golden delicious, Miles, Grandpa tells me. He points to the tree where we're standing and hands me a sack made from cloth. So these apples are called golden delicious. They are the yellow apples. They look yellow golden color.
Looks so good.
I give a littlest tug, and the yellow fruit almost falls into my hand. It's as big as my soft ball. The sack gets heavy fast. Every time it's full, I empty it into a wooden filled box.
I got a question.
Hold on, my friend. We climb up ladders and disappear into the trees. I can see Dad's legs. His voice is coming from the middle of a tree. Sit up, my friend. Filled with red apples. He's singing a made-up song about loving apple dumplings and eating apple pie. The tree next to him has Mama's laugh. That's the only way I can tell she's in it. Amber and Granny are picking up fruit from the ground. Granny says these apples make the best cider. The mention of cider makes me want some. It's warm work picking apples. I say that already smells as if cider is hiding somewhere in the orchard. Go back, my friend. Thank you. The apple orchid perfume you're smelling, Miles, says Granny. Then she surprises us with cups of cool apple juice. All afternoons, we fill those sacks with delicious, both red and golden. Macintosh Pippin Winter Banana, a funny name for an apple, if you ask me, and the last few Gravensteins. The wagon cart is loaded and boxes are filled to the brim. Daylight runs fast in the canyon, even in summer. Granny's pippin pie makes a fine end to an apple picking day. Early to bed, have to be well rested for apple selling day. Up, 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 apple selling time. Go back to the line, please. Thank you. Grandpa's whiskers scratch my cheek, and the smell of breakfast cooking pulls me out of bed. It's Grandpa's morning oatmeal with sweet applesauce. Then we're off to the fruit stand to sell our apples. Grandpa turns over the carved wooden sign and cars pull in. Granny's wearing a big straw hat trimmed all around with shiny apples. Greets old friends. These are the grandkids who come to help. She almost sings the words. Apples are tasted, admired, and bought. Wow. We carry bags and boxes of apples to cars for the people who come and go all morning. Lunch is a picnic in the sunshine, but we can hardly sit still enough to eat, because it's apple selling time. And then before you can say Macintosh, Granny Smith, golden, delicious pippin pie, the sun has flown away, taking the warmth with it. The sign is turned to close, and it's time to call it a day. Supper is fresh baked apple dumplings floating like islands in a sea of milk. Then there's talking about apple selling day. Grandpa puts on old jazz records on the phonograph and dances around with Amber. Even Mama and Dad dance, but I like lying on the rug, being happy, wishing we didn't have to go home tomorrow. It's hard to say goodbye. Hello hugs are so much easier. Oh, sacks full of apples surround Amber and me. We're driving home. Their cidery smell helps me remember the happy days of apple picking and apple selling time. Yep, the end. The end. The end. The end. The end. I hope you liked my story. The end. The end. The end. All right. It's okay. All right, now we're going to start our presentation portion. All right, so we have our dish racks. This is our last day. We'll be reviewing our dishwashing. Okay, so I have my bucket here with soapy water. And I have my sponge to wash. Now I'm going to wash my spoon here. Remember to wash the handle of your spoon. Squeeze it with the sponge. Rub it, rub it, rub it. Clean your spoon. Clean where you put your mouth at and the food goes on the spoon. You want to clean that, okay? And here's your cup. We're going to wash the cup all around the side. You want to get where we hold it. You want to make sure that's clean. Where we put our mouth at, we want to wash that. And we want to wash the inside and make sure there's nothing on the inside. Then we're going to rinse and put it in the dish rack. And same thing with our bowl. We're going to wash our bowl. We're going to wash around the sides, the bottom, the tops, and on the inside of the bowl where our food would go. We're going to make sure that's all clean and rinsed, and then we'll put that into our drying rack. All right, and when we're all done, make sure we clean up, dry our hands. If you have any spills, we can clean, or we can take the mop and mop the floor if there's anything on the floor, any water. All right, so practice washing some dishes at home, okay? Hold on, my friend, one more thing. And now we're going to do our presentation for the 3 to 6-year-olds. So all week long we've been talking about nouns. We talked about articles yesterday. What is an article? A noun is a person, place, or a thing. So we had our form, our noun form. Okay? So I'm just going to take a couple things out. I have the farmer. I have the horse and the tractor here. So I have my noun words here. So I'm going to find farmer and tractor and horse. Okay? And then we're going to add just our articles here that we made yesterday. I have the and I have a. So I'm going to have the farmer, a horse, and the tractor. Because there's only one tractor, I'm going to use the. Because there's only one farmer, I'm going to use the farmer. And there is a lot of there's many horses on the farm, so I'm going to say a horse. Okay?
Sarah.
So we have our article, our blue triangle points to the article, and our black triangles from our nouns points to horse, because that is a noun. So we have a horse. And the same thing here with the farmer. Our blue triangle goes to the, and our black triangle will go to farmer. The farmer, okay? So practice putting the blue triangles above the articles and the black triangles above the nouns, okay? So remember, every time you see a light blue triangle, that is an article, a or the. Every time you see a black triangle, that's going to go above the noun, a person, place, or a thing, okay? Yes. All right, and when we're all done, we can put these back. And later on, we can continue practicing. So we did our nouns and our articles. And next week, we'll go over our adjectives, okay? And we'll be able to, again, later on in the week, do our form, okay? It's okay. All right. Now, today, let me put this away. Today, for art, we are doing our share day, okay?
I got a question.
For share day, I want everyone to pick out something that they like to share. It could be anything around the house. Please tell somebody why you picked it, what you like about it, and please feel free to ask questions so the children can answer them too. Why do you like that? What color is that? Where did it come from? Did crisscross applesauce, my friend? So share something for share day today, and we will do that here at school as well.
I got a question.
And hold on, my friend. And when you're all done with your practicing your Montessori jobs, doing your share day, do your writing sheets. Practice your holding the pencil, crayon, or marker, and coloring or writing your names or numbers. Take your time and do that. And when we're all done with that, go outside for a half hour at least. Try to get 30 minutes or less outside and enjoy that fresh air, because it's so important to do that. And get your energy out. Play, have fun, throw a ball, bounce around, ride your bikes, go on your scooters, go down the slide, take some toys outside, anything you want. Don't forget to garden and feed the birds if you can. And have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
No, sir, I got a question now.
Okay, hold on, my friend.
Bye.
Hold on.
Bye. I got a question. Miss Sarah, did I do a good job?
Yeah, everyone did so good. Hold on.
I did a really good job. Yeah. My dad really likes